How's it going, everyone? Night Rainbow here once again to bring you another reaction video. Today I'm going to be looking at a series called Rainbow Dash Presents. And the first video in the series I'm going to watch is called Bubbles. So I'm guessing this is going to be about Derpy, but other than that, I have no idea what any of this is about. So let's pull this up and get going with it. Alright, start in 3, 2, 1, start.
Rainbow Dash presents. Oh my god, there's a gelatinous monster in the fireplace!
Okay.
One of Derpy's favorite things to do is helping Mommy. Mommy is always running around the house and doing all kinds of things, and the house is really big and there's all this stuff inside, so Derpy gets to help out like a ton. Right now, Derpy wants to help make muffins because they're her favorite. She even knows where the flour is, but her mom's like, get out of the friggin' kitchen, kid! Go outside or something! So Derpy goes and she plays with her favorite doll, Miss Sweetie. That's her favorite doll, Miss Sweetie. She's her favorite one because she's yellow, and Derpy likes yellow most of all. Derpy's mane is yellow, and so is her mommy. Mommy is yellow all over like a baby chicken. Derpy knows all the colors, even the chicken-colored ones. She knows red, and blue, and green, and purple, and especially yellow, because that's the favorite one. Derpy hopes that Mommy is gonna make muffins today. She likes muffins a whole lot. That's Derpy, not Mommy. But one time she ate too many. This is Derpy again. Derpy ate too many muffins, and she barfed everywhere. But she didn't care. Purple muffins are the best, and Derpy likes it when she gets to eat the purple ones. Derpy has to stay inside most days because Mom and Dad are boring. But sometimes they'll take her places too. Like one time they went to a place where there were lots of ponies, and some of the ponies had on hats, and some were running around with cows and things, but cows are terrifying because they're fat and they talk a lot. So Derpy started crying, so they had to leave, but she didn't really want to go. And then one time they took Derpy to school too, but there were no cows or anything this time. And school was a different big house with lots of other little ponies like her. There was a teacher there, everyone was talking, and Derpy got real excited, but no one really understood her. But that was okay because she had a good time. Oh man, that's the story of my life right there. And then later, every pony got quiet, and the teacher started talking, but it was freaking boring, so Derpy peed everywhere.
Oh my God.
And fills out paperwork for friggin' hours. But Derpy likes it when Dad comes home because Dad isn't loud like Mommy. Daddy teaches Derpy things too, like colors. Daddy says Derpy is a Pegasus pony, which is awesome. Someday, Daddy says he'll teach Derpy how to fly, which is way better than learning by hurling yourself off the roof every day until you get it. Seriously, if my mom had known I was teaching myself, I'd have got yelled at. Dad said that most Pegasi live in the sky, but Derpy doesn't live in the sky because she can't fly. It's the worst part about being little. Derpy's got, like, terrible vision anyway, so even if she could fly, it wouldn't be that majestic. But someday maybe Derpy will learn to fly and to open doors and windows instead of things. Dad says that up in the sky is where they make rainbows, and that they taste terrible. I mean, that really only piques interest, though. Derpy will probably try to eat the rainbows at least once when she gets the chance. We all do, or at least everyone I know did. Derpy's mom is always giving her crap about stuff, but whatever. Derpy really likes it when Dad comes home, because Dad is nice and he plays with Derpy and he talks to Derpy, but Mommy always says, go outside, you friggin' kid. Mommy is always doing things like cleaning and things because little kids are totally messy. And Mommy cries sometimes too, and then Mommy takes some medicine and I guess that stops her from crying somehow. It sounds kind of annoying. My dad used to tell me stuff like that, but he said he used alcohol and shot at the Wonderbolts on TV when he's sad. You know, it's kind of a joke. But Mom always hated that he told me that joke. She was always like, you gotta make a bad impression on the friggin' kid. And then Dad would be like, come on, Dash knows I'm kidding. And then he'd mess up my hair. But today, Derpy's mom is happy, and Derpy is happy, and Miss Sweetie is happy, even though she's just a doll. And when Derpy smells muffin smell, Derpy gets really happy. Derpy runs real fast to the kitchen, and there are totally muffins there. Mommy says, sit down over there, you friggin' kid, and Derpy does. Derpy puts Miss Sweetie down on the table because Derpy thinks that Miss Sweetie tastes like friggin' yuck. But Mom is like, dolls don't belong on the table, and Mom puts the doll in the other room. Lame. So Derpy gets in a brutal fistfight with her mom, and her mom delivers a crushing left hook. Derpy is at a serious height and weight disadvantage. But then Mommy puts lots of muffins down on the table and says, eat your muffins, kid. Mommy pushes all the muffins out in front of Derpy, and she says ponies are starving out in Stalingrad, and Derpy wonders why her mom always has to guilt her into eating. Seriously, Mom, I know it saves money, but you don't have to keep all the leftovers. The muffins aren't purple ones, which is probably alright if you come to think about it, because usually muffins are like bread colored. I guess that blueberry muffins would be purple, kinda, but I think that Derpy has muffins confused with cupcakes. So, yeah, anyway, I guess they're cupcakes, and Mom totally dropped the ball because she forgot the purple icing. Derpy eats a whole cupcake all the way, and then she gets another one, but she can't finish that one all the way because I guess they're, like, really big. And Derpy's just a little kid, so she's full. But Mommy's all angry because she made too many cupcakes, and now Derpy's not eating them, and so she gives her this really long lecture about how much she needs to eat to grow properly, and Derpy just doesn't care because she's heard it like a million times. So after all that, Derpy tries to play with Miss Sweetie, but that turns out to be a real bad idea. You know, like when you eat half a pizza for breakfast and then you go straight to work, and your job is kicking clouds all day, and then you have to throw up, but you fight it because they'll make you go home if you do. Well, Derpy pretty much feels like that. Daddy comes home when the sky is all orange, but Derpy throws up everywhere, and Dad is like, oh my god, Derpy, why do you always throw up on my nice horseshoes? I swear it's like every single time. And Mom is like, it's only the times that you remember, because those times make you angry. She threw up twice today after breakfast and lunch because she runs laps around the house after eating. And it takes Derpy like years to master this concept too, because when she's little, she never quite connects cause and effect, you know? But it is Mom's fault, too, because she always wanted to make Derpy eat more after she was full already. So Dad puts Derpy in his car and he drives her to... Wait a minute, he drives her to the hospital? There's a hospital in Ponyville? Oh my god, every time I break my legs, I've been going to see Pinkie Pie, and she always wants to do invasive surgery.
Yeah.
But I can't believe we had a hospital all this time. So then I show up at their house because my leg is friggin' broken again. And I get in the car too, because I want to see where the friggin' hospital is. So me and Derpy are in the car, and Derpy stops throwing up because I don't want to get thrown up on. And he drives us to the hospital. So we get there, and there are all these ponies in enormous white hats. And they take Derpy off someplace where she can vomit in peace. And they give me a normal cast without sewing a terrified frog onto me or anything. And after that I get a lollipop, a real one this time, and that's pretty awesome. So I guess the doctors are doing something with Derpy, and I hang out in the waiting room with their parents, which is kind of awkward, but I feel like I ought to talk to them because they were nice enough to drive me to the hospital and all. So I'm like, hey Dad, what's the deal with Hawaiian shirts? And he says, well, they probably make more sense with a margarita, you know? They probably match anything when you're holding a margarita. And I tell him, you know, you ought to grow a mustache. They're pretty cool. I'd grow one if I could. So they go to like a hotel or something, and they hang out, and I guess I'm there too, because I'm kind of trapped in the story now, and Mom's not there, because she's busy at community college, you know, getting her degree in some kind of artsy thing, and Dad's always complaining about it, but you know, what you gonna do, Mom's an independent filly. But Daddy says it's time to go home, because hotels are expensive, and sure enough, he steals all the towels. So, you know, they meet up at home, and they see Mommy again, and they give Derpy a hug, and then we all go out to a theme park, and there are rides, and there's a clown named Stan, and we have a great time, and we eat some muffins, and some cupcakes, and then we all sleep together in the same bed at night, all the four of us, and it's really crowded, but it's totally awesome. We have a great day. So we wake up early in the morning, and I'm kind of irritable about it, but I understand, you know, Dad has got to go to work, we can't all make our own hours. And Derpy gets up too, but then she kind of goes right back to sleep on the floor. So I just sort of hang out, just me and Mommy for a while, and she tells me about her degree that she's trying to get, some kind of like visual graphic thing. I don't know, it's like computer art making, I can't remember. So eventually, you know, Mom gets bored and she wakes Derpy up and she's like, come on you guys, we're gonna go. And I'm like, well, where are we going? She's like, we're gonna go out and get some fresh air, it's gonna be great. And I'm like, Mom, you know, the outdoors are nice, but sometimes it's good to stay inside. I mean, there's nothing wrong with video games, but Mom doesn't like video games, she's got a problem with it. So she just tells me to come on and I've gotta go, and we all pile in the cart. So Derpy just goes right back to sleep, because she was up late last night and it was an active day anyway. And so me and Mom are just sort of hanging out, flying around. She's just flying us way out of town. And it turns out she's going out to her community college somewhere for her classes, and she's just gonna like dump us off somewhere. But she wants to go camping. She's talking to us a lot about going camping, because she thinks that video games are kind of separating us from our roots, and that we need to get back together and go out and become one with nature again. And so sure enough, she drops us out by a forest somewhere, and she's just like, you guys go play. And I'm like, Mom, I don't want to go play in the forest. You could have at least dropped us off at a park. Why you always gotta drop me off someplace where you think is more natural? And she tells me that pony-made constructions are bad for my development and growth. Yes, I don't even really know what I want to do out here. What do you expect me to learn? And Mom says, it doesn't matter. I brought some bubbles for you and Derpy to play with. And so she puts them out, and she puts the bubbles out, and Derpy plays with them, and she has a great time. And then Mom starts to leave. And I'm like, oh my god, no, wait, don't leave me with children, I'm bad with them. Because, you know, like, ponies leave me alone with kids. And the first thing that the kids want to do is they want to, like, set something on fire with, like, a magnifying glass. And then I think that that's real cool, too. And so sure enough, we cause some kind of fire, and it becomes a big problem. And then someone comes back, and they're like, Dash, I thought you were watching them. And I was, but it was just things got out of control. But fortunately, Derpy doesn't want to set anything on fire. She's just completely preoccupied with this bubble thing. I mean, she's just, like, engrossed in it. I try to talk to her and, like, be like, hey, kid, you know, you want to do something else? Maybe I'll teach you how to fly. And she just doesn't even want to have anything to do with it. Just bubbles, more bubbles. That's what she's totally after. And then she gets a cutie mark for bubbles. And I'm like, whoa, oh my god. You got a cutie mark. And she doesn't even notice. She's still just playing with the bubbles. So, hey, I let her play with the bubbles some more, because, I mean, she just got her freaking cutie mark, you know? This is like a big day. So, when we run out of bubble stuff, I take her out to go get pizza, and it turns out there's a parade, so we go and we watch a parade. So, the end.
That was pretty interesting. The voice of God. I think that's it. Want to see if there's anything at the end. Uh-huh. Yeah, that was it. Okay. But yeah, I like that. That was interesting. Not really a whole lot going on in it. It really was just them listening or reading a fanfic. But I liked it. I'll definitely check out the rest of those. So hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.